the strong female lead. Let's face it, Hollywood just doesn't get it. Ellen Ripley, Sarah Connor, Jackie Brown, and Beatrix Kiddo. These were all characters that have been around in cinema since the 1990s. These characters are some of the original strong female leads in Hollywood that they have all but forgotten. Not only have we gotten specific roles, but we have gotten movies with an entire cast of women carrying the entire film. Hidden Figures in 2016, Erin Brockovich in 2000, Thelma and Louise in 1991, and one of my favorite female-led films ever, A League of Their Own.
You ever hear of Walter Harvey? He's starting a girls' baseball league. Want to play? Huh?
All these were excellent films with exceptional leading ladies. But over the last few years, Hollywood has all but forgotten them. 2016 was the beginning of what we know now as woke Hollywood and the regression of the strong female lead. When creating kick-ass characters, there are certain criteria and certain traits you should establish within the narrative work for the character to be successful. Personality, agency, motivation, internal and external conflict, nuance and complexity, strengths and flaws. These are qualities and characteristics that you need to create to have an established great character. But Hollywood is slowly missing the mark right now. Gone are the days of quality writing. Gone are the days of the quirky one-liners. Gone are the days of the hero's journey. And the most important aspect, escapism. What we now get today are men are bad, women are better, lackluster reboots of once great franchises for the sake of diversity and inclusion, while missing all the qualities from the original that made it loved and respected. We don't get the Ripleys, we don't get the Sarah Connors or the Beatrix style characters anymore. The film industry has lost its way. These were original characters who were well written and surrounded by phenomenal world building and character driven motivations. Not a gender swap version of a male role that's missing the nuance and complexity that is required for the role to be great. The headlines that surrounded the Ghostbusters 2016 reboot were all centered around how the film was the best thing since sliced bread.
Oh, hell no, the devil is a liar.
It's going to be a step forward for women in the film industry, essentially disregarding some of the great work that has already been done. Kathy Bates played Annie Wilkes in one of my favorite movies growing up. Misery was a 1990s hit that awarded Kathy Bates with an Oscar for the Best Leading Actress. Her on-screen presence was enough to carry the film by herself. She struck the perfect balance between psychotic and endearing in ways. And at times, I was hoping for a more happier ending, but if you've seen the film, we all know how it ended. The scene that sticks out the most to me is when she punishes Paul for being out of his room in such a way that left an impact on me as probably one of the most iconic scenes in film history. Her caring demeanor with the glint of psychotic nature in her eyes was something to behold. She spoke with such a soft, calm voice, but yet it was just sinister enough to send chills down your spine. A soft voice who speaks pure evil. It felt like the speech you would get from a parent before you were punished. It's going to hurt me more than it hurts you. She didn't want to hobble him, but she had no choice. She had to teach Paul a lesson. And let me tell you, a lesson was definitely taught that day. We don't get strong female leads like this in Hollywood anymore. What we do get are leads that feel forced, poorly written, lacking any substance and character-driven motivations with the diversity tag attached. This has also spawned the idea that all negative comments come from a place of hate towards women, leading with gender, race, or anything else outside of quality character development is a recipe for disaster, and Hollywood is serving it up like a buffet. Character after character, franchise after franchise, Hollywood continues to run these IPs into the ground without any disregard for the quality of female leads of old. The most recent IP that gets shoveled out by the Marvel machine has been She-Hulk. Now, I have to say, I thought the first episode wasn't bad. I had a few issues with the episode, from the pacing to the CGI. I even overlooked the slight man jabs that were tossed out to the audience, and I planned on giving the show a fair shake. I am now 3 episodes in, and the show just gets worse. With its clear man-bashing undertones and slight jabs, this has slowly become one of the most talked about shows today right now. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure what the target audience for the show is anymore. The ratings and reviews are starting to take a nosedive off the cliff. With 6 episodes to go, they have got to step it up. They have got to do something to turn this ship around if they want to. Nothing noteworthy has really happened in the show as of yet. Getting her powers in the first episode is as far as the intrigue goes at the moment, and that's not enough. With 6 30-minute episodes left, the writers are going to have to bring their A game, because we have tons of loose ends, we have tons of flaws that need to be tied up sooner rather than later. Where's Bruce? What's going on with Titania? Where did she get her powers? What's her motivation or plan? These things are things that need to be tied up and answered. And with 6 episodes left, I don't know if they could tie this together in such a neat way that it needs to be told. Maybe some of this will be covered in later episodes, but the problem with this is that Jennifer Walters hasn't built up enough rapport or connection with the audience for us to care or empathize with her if the big bad showdown is going to be between her and Titania. This is where they are failing in the industry. We need heroes and heroines that we can care about, not some generic husk of a character that was once great in the comics. They just don't get it. Hollywood is in shambles, and they need to course correct before it's too late.